Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It is Shankar and
Andrea Ferguson.
with the Shank Show on this December the 2nd of 2022. And that means for me, I am very soon going on a long journey to Bali. 33 hours of flight. I said everything yesterday, so I'm not going to go too much into it today, other than telling you that I am super pissed. And here's why. Andrea doesn't know that yet.
Oh, I did
So,
not know.
what happened is that Philippine Airlines canceled the flight that I had booked a long time ago. And then I had to, like, they just canceled it last week. Even we're not going to have that flight anymore. So I had to rebook it, more expensive, arriving later. And of course, I had purchased travel protection, okay, from a major insurance. Now, I had to rebook the flight and I had to waste half an hour of my time to file a claim, give all the documents. And most people wouldn't have messed with it anyways because you needed to like upload 10 documents that you needed to find from across 10 different things, only to get a response that if the airline cancels the flight, they are not liable. Like, why do I need to get travel protection then? Right. But yeah, that's it. I sit there with more cost and arriving later, and my money that I paid for that so called travel protection is not going to kick in. So, yeah.
Your experience up to now, 1 out of 10, 1 to 10, what do you give it with the
So,
pre-travel?
well, I mean, really a 5 because something else that is really
I'm
not well
surprised.
done is,
I'm surprised.
how. Hmm?
I'm surprised. I thought it would be lower.
No, I mean, I'm I'm not easily upset, and lower would be really bad. But something else that is really not super well done is the online visa application for Indonesia. But at least they have one. That's why they got a 5.
Mhm.
Other countries, you need to go physically to an embassy that might be only in New York. And yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of the current state of things here. And I also, it's 9:24 here in San Antonio right now, and when it hits noon, I should probably leave because,
Oh.
yeah, I know, because I need to get to the airport 3 hours before leaving because it's a code shared flight I booked through China Airlines, but it's operated by Delta. So now I cannot do the online check-in because the systems don't communicate well. So yeah, time. And there we go. So, but do you see the commitment that both of us have to still be here for you today? Yeah. Um, and that is important. That is really important. Now, Andrea, we're going to go away from Bali now because people.
No, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
You want
But
more Bali?
yeah, I mean, people want a visual. People want to see what you're talking about, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I thought it'd be really cool to show a little bit of the culture. And by the way, I did figure out that it is Hindu. There are over 20,000 Hindu temples in Bali, known as
Oh.
Pura, each with a specific function and rituality for the Balinese calendar year of 250 days. So I think that's pretty neat. Like you'll see a lot of temples.
Mhm.
There's a lot of ceremonies. There's
Ah.
loads of flowers and all of these. So your
One thing that I'm worried about is getting around there because I like to drive myself, but then I don't want to rent a car. And also, I think it's one of those nations where everyone is on one of those mopeds, or those. Is that an English word, a moped?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
or either a moped or a rickshaw or Vespa or something like that.
yeah, so dang, like, okay, so here, this is the reason why I should pack my mini drone, right? Um,
Yeah.
So, what do you all think who are watching? Should I go through the trouble of packing the mini drone so that I can capture some amazing footage similar to this? Or should I just use my phone?
Let us know in the
Just let
chat
us
to
know. Yeah,
drone or not drone. That
drone
is
or
the
not drone.
question.
Yeah.
And I think also maybe just make sure you got some sturdy shoes if you're climbing,
Mhm.
wherever. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think this is pretty neat. This is obviously a lot of the temple. So
Yeah.
there's so much more. There's like arts and really good, yummy food and whatnot. But I just, visuals are always kind of nice to see.
Yeah,
So I
it looks
thought,
like I'm gonna get a lot of colors there. Uh,
loads of colors. Yeah.
and
And
then
there's lots of
and
waterfalls and religious festivals.
waterfalls. Yeah. I should probably look forward to it a little bit more. I'm like, "Ah, I'm just going for the conference," but seeing these pictures maybe gets me in the mood a little bit.
The great thing, and I will tell you as somebody who has visited and been to Bali, it's everywhere. It's not like you need to go into any specific place. You just walk outside, and the
Mm,
Balinese, they're such peaceful, humble, beautiful people as a whole, like what I have seen. There's
mhm.
the smell of incense everywhere, the smell of fresh fruit, and yeah, the people are lovely. There's also these really amazing dances that you will maybe just like I said, it's kinda effortless. You don't really have to go anywhere.
Do they
That
have
was
Uber there or
my
something
my
like that?
my
Do you
experience.
know?
Uber, I didn't use an Uber. I'm not sure that 10
Yeah.
years ago when I went, Uber was popping like that.
Mhm,
But I
mhm,
remember seeing people dressed in traditional attire everywhere.
mhm.
And there were some certain places you had to go, but from what I remember, and so this is what I was talking to you about, like the rice paddies. Look at that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They're so stunning and beautiful. Like if you get a chance to go to the traditional
Mm.
village and all of that. So, yeah.
Alright. Well, that makes me feel better. Now I'm like, a little bit more excited about going.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Now we can get off the topic of Bali.
Now Andrea approves.
Now I'm satisfied.
Alright. Um, well, we are marketers, so let's talk a little bit about the affirmation song.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
First of all, what do you think of when you think of no, why don't we just show it, right? I don't think you've heard this song enough, so I gotta
Well, wait a moment. So this is gonna get flagged on any other platform other than LinkedIn, I think, won't flag it if you play the maybe play just 7
I'll
seconds.
just I'll just I'll just play the first part.
Okay. There's no sound, by the way, coming through. Andrea,
Yes.
there's no sound.
Oh, why
Yes.
is there no sound?
I don't know. There's a setup problem, but I think people get it. Maybe that's even better to not get the video flagged.
Oh, you know what?
No.
How about now? Still nothing?
Nope.
All right, that's fine. Anyway, you can still see that that's Snoop Dogg, or what is his? I think it's Bow Wizzle or Whizzle or something like that. Okay, so
Mhm.
these are obviously kids' character. It's a kids show. It's called Doggyland. When I heard this song, I just could not. My feelings were confused. I didn't know, like, should I be laughing? Should I be crying? Like, what? I'm not crying. That's extreme. But, like, okay, so you can see in the script, my feelings matter. And you can just imagine this rap, like, hip hop beat. And, he's rapping over it. Snoop Dogg, who would normally be rapping about
Oh, that's why they're doggies, because he's the Snoop Dogg.
He's Snoop Dogg. So
So, and then he has that nice necklace, and then also those two locks, right?
yeah, and in the background you see puppy school, so it's educational. And this is a brand. Like this guy is a branding genius. He somehow manages to oscillate between something something booty, whatever to
Say it, say it, bitches, and yes.
my gosh.
I was just waiting for a reaon to be able to say that on my live.
I think it's something like
Uh,
BITCHs and HOES aren't SHIT, but something like that.
okay,
Uh,
great. I was also waiting to use this. So when I say, yeah,
That is exactly it. How do you go from that to like, today's gonna be a good day? Today's gonna be a good day. I don't know, but he did it. He is like the master of leveraging his brand because on some level that really actually helps him. And I think you talked about it. Why? Because you said he's a grandpa.
yeah. I mean, he has a gray beard now, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think
Mm. Everybody gets more mellow when they age. I mean, it's just like wine. Speaking of wine,
I mean, as a friend said, every gangster
doesn't he
got a
have
grandma.
what?
And
Oh,
every
yeah,
gangster's got a grandma.
yeah, yeah.
So they have grandmothers, they have mothers and fathers, and even if they're not in their lives, they may have children,
Mhm,
daughters and sons, nieces and nephews.
mhm, mhm.
And they all go to school to learn. And what Snoop Dogg has done so masterfully has been to leverage his existing brand and incorporate it into a freaking 3D animated series, like a kids show.
Yeah.
And it works for him largely because people know him as the gangster rapper, Godfather Snoop Dogg, Uncle Snoop.
Mhm.
That's incredible to me.
It is, and you know something else that really, really impresses me, because you know how a lot of people nowadays talk about Web 3.0.
Oh,
So
yeah. Let me pull
what does
that
that
up.
mean? Let me explain first, okay? So the big, big revolution, of course, of the internet was that there were centralized servers and everybody could share information. But now, you know, Web 3.0 is a lot about creating these many worlds that are small ecosystems that are worlds within worlds, also known as meta worlds, you know. And there's this whole thing about NFTs, non fungible tokens, and how to use them. You know, it's all this theoretical construct. But how do you actually use that? Well, an NFT can act as a ticket, as a token, as a membership uh, token. And you showed me something this morning, Andrea, where he
Mhm.
actually uses an NFT to be part of his membership there. And I don't know if you can find it again. I think it was
He's
a
got so much going on. I mean, as you can see,
um,
there's and
but
we'll get back to this booty say it with your booty
yeah.
campaign.
Can
He's
you can you just
I'm looking
find
for
that
it.
video game for me
Yeah,
again?
19 crimes. I'm looking for it.
Come
Um
on, Andrea, hurry up. Hurry
uh,
up.
Bow Wow
Do
Wow.
you see that
Uh,
Snoop Dogg, that first maybe the face of Web3 and NFTs? Okay, so okay. Um,
mhm.
see
Well,
there.
that must be his NFT right there.
Yeah.
I
So
know that it's
definitely look into what he's doing. I
mhm.
know Gary Vee is an example of someone who uses NFTs for actual real world applications, not just the
Mhm.
theory, not just buying a collectible, you know, but
Mhm.
um, using it for a purpose. And
Mhm.
that is very powerful. And I mean, he's obviously an OG. Ha,
Mhm.
what I put
Mhm.
there, I'm applying. Yeah, OG.
Incorporating your
Yeah,
urban vocabulary.
yeah. So for those of you who don't know what OG is, it's an original gangster, right? And
Uh-huh.
he manages to beautifully kind of connect with this new Web 3.0 basically universe of opportunities. But it requires a lot of money right now to launch something like that. It's like it's kind of accessible, but it is hard to make it right. So if you want to kind of dabble with it a little bit, go to a website called OpenSea. If you can bring that up, Andrea, OpenSea.io, I believe. And you can see where you can
I think you
somewhat.
should do it.
I should do it?
Yes.
Where you can somewhat easily upload your own digital creation and then turn it into an NFT.
Oh, by the way, I did find it.
And then, okay, I'm finishing this first.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
here, see, that's how I'm trying. Yeah. Okay, so here we have OpenSea.io, and people upload their digital art, and they are NFTs. And essentially, what an NFT is that it's a digital signature. One of the best explanations of an NFT that I have seen is someone said, imagine you have a collectible baseball card, right? And so there's so many cards, but there's only a one card that is the first card, and on its back, the sports athlete has signed it. Okay, so that would be an NFT, a non-fungible token, because it cannot be changed. There's only one first issue of the card that is signed. Okay, and this is the digital concept of that. You are an artist, you create an image, you sign it digitally, and that information is captured in what is referred to as a blockchain. And then you upload it to this online marketplace here, and people can buy the first original, and it will always be captured who's the owner of it. And they came up with something very brilliant, okay, in the world of NFTs. Just like when it comes to music, each time a song is played, the musician gets what is called a royalty fee. So each time a song is played, even if the song was created years ago, when it's played on the air, whoever owns the rights to the song gets a royalty. Now, in the world of NFTs, each time a card is traded, each time someone buys this card from someone else, the original creator gets a little something as a commission. Okay. And that is very, very powerful, because now artists can take their art and sell it, but also perpetually gain passive income. So
Yes.
just a little bit of a lesson.
That was a little bit of technical
No, I broke it.
NFT.
No. I broke
Stuff.
it down in. Okay, if you think that this was one of the best explanations of what an NFT is, please let me know in the comments. Please tell me I understand NFT now.
I'm sure they do. The two can be compatible. It's not
No,
like.
absolutely not. Okay, Andrea, what did you want to show?
We're talking about Snoop Dogg, Down on Your Luck, rapper slinging mixtapes in Venice, okay?
Yeah.
On Venice Beach, finding nothing but rejection.
Okay.
And then he goes from that to making these fire tracks and blowing up since like 1992. He's talking about gun, sex, drugs, violence, all the typical stuff. That's his brand. People knew him as a Crip.
Where's my rap music?
And he goes from that to now you're talking about his NFT. That is success on the highest of levels. When I showed the doggy land to my sister, she's like, he's got his pockets everywhere. But he genuinely believes it because he's at an age and a stage in his life now where he understands philanthropy is the way to go, because that's what I want to give back and how I want to make my mark and impact the world. But also the sky is the limit. And so I do love your explanation of NFTs.
Can I say one more thing about NFTs?
Go right ahead, Shankar. Okay. I would expect nothing less.
if you are seriously interested in doing an NFT business, let me know because I have a connection for you. But you got to be serious, and you got
Well,
to
I want to do an
no.
NFT.
You, I was
I am
gonna
an
say you got
original.
to bring cash, okay, and not your $5, Andrea. Okay, add 4 zeros to
You're
that.
hearing this right
Yeah, no, you got to bring some investment to the table. But if you have that, I have a connection with someone that can really really help you. But you got to be serious about it. Okay, I'm done.
now.
Not
All
Andreas
right.
$5.
I'm going to show your Web3. Okay.
All right.
Found this Astro project. Uncle Snoop is going to help us Cryptia enthusiasm, which, by the way, is incredible that he has these affirmations. So I thought the affirmation song Doggyland was only for kids, but apparently he has like literal tracks of affirmative affirmation.
Well, yeah. I
And
mean,
he's
you
also,
played it a gazillion times over the past 3 days, so it's
we're
clear.
talking about different things.
Okay.
That one is for kids. I just happen to be a big kid. But this is look at this. Isn't
Oh,
this
you
beautifully
found it?
done?
Awesome.
I you have selective hearing. Look at this gamified content.
No, I just know that in streaming, which we are doing right now, you need to repeat often. So it was a strategic repetition of something.
Awesome. Well, this is incredible.
Yeah,
I
this is
really
well
love what
done.
he's doing, and um I think I have to agree with my sister. There is no place his wallet is not. But aside from that, it's cool because he hasn't changed. Cryptia enthusiasm, get it? Crypto.
Yeah,
This guy is not changing his brand. He's not changing who he is. He's leveraging everything.
yeah,
Somebody is going to play this song for their kids, the Doggy Land, the positive affirmations, because they love Snoop.
yeah,
Someone is going to, and we see it happening. It's been Shazammed over 5,000 times. I think it's been out since maybe November, which would be last month. And I think Doggyland has existed, but it just seems like there's a lot going on. And I think there is a lot to learn if we watch what he does, the sectors that he's moving in. I mean, to go from rap to movies is makes sense. It's in the same industry. But to just hear you speaking of crypto and Web3 and like all of these astro productions and crypto, it's just like inspiring, which is obviously what he's trying to do. I think it's really important as well that this community that he largely caters to gets to have like an inside, not an inside, like a, there's certain cultural, sorry, I'm getting distracted by pop ups. There are certain cultures that do not have access to these things, and now
mm.
they do. So I will stop at that, pause, see what you got to say about a guy who has a label called Death Row and
Uh,
Doggy Land.
yeah.
I guess.
I need to. We need to kind of stop this now because there's like other things to do. I
No, there's nothing to do but talk about crypto and Doggy Land.
well, I mean, I just don't have any more time. Like, wow, this
Just kidding.
this is 23 minutes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if there's comments. I can't see. Have we had any comments?
No,
Please drop us a comment.
but
Let us
we'll look at
know.
it right after
Yeah.
we're done, right?
hmm
Okay.
I want to play that song. I'm going to put the song in the comments.
Yeah, play it in the comments and then let us know if you like it. All right. See you
I'm
next time.
stretching for before the flight.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.